guessing by just you looking at this, you could tell. I'm a concert photographer. Hi. I technically want to be in the music industry. I don't know how to get into it. I'm a visual person, but I still don't know how to really get into it. No one seems to really be hiring me, so... Oh, we're too close to the camera. I'm sprawled out by my Sir Paul McCartney bass and all my records. I feel like there's so many different points in my life where I try to make things either with my fancy camera. I was literally beforehand trying to balance this and make this as low key as possible because I keep putting off trying to make this podcast, and you'll see in, I guess, upcoming episodes, like I recorded it and then they got stuck in the editing process, but now I got a really nice desk chair that won't kill my back for long hours. Maybe I'll be okay, and I'll sit there and edit and put in the time and effort. Yeah, so normally I use my fancy stuff for this. I'm just using my main Snoop light, and now you see me, no you don't. Now you see me, now you see me. It would be nice to have like a microphone in my hand. I feel like I need something in my hand. Okay. I have a real mic. It just doesn't work. Maybe I should like switch it up. Like, who was it? Like Nicole Raffi had like those like tong things. I need something like that. I feel like this is fitting because it's rock band. But I'll be quirky. I swear I'm quirky. I think to kind of introduce myself, my name is Lyra, and I tell people it's like the name. It's like not the name. My name is Lyra. And I tell people my name is like lyrics, just with ah at the end. So you're like Lyra, like you're singing those fancy lyrics, smooth jazz. I thought this would be a nice little cozy corner to start a podcast about music and things. I don't want to be like, I have so much knowledge in music, you should listen to me because I know everything. I don't know everything. I don't. I probably have said this in a podcast that I have already recorded. I don't know everything. I'm just very passionate about music, and I used to be a musician for years, and then college ultimately made me stop. I mean, it didn't make me, I just never had time, and I didn't have my instruments, and that's my excuse for saying it made me. But here and there, I like dabble on the piano and like make up songs for myself, and I write poetry sometimes, and I've never really shared any of it. Please don't go scouring for my notebooks, please. I'll release it in my own time. You may notice I laugh a lot. This is just like a natural response to my everyday. I don't know. I just tend to laugh when I talk. It might be a brain disorder. It might just be anxiety. Am I the Joker? Anyway, regardless, music has been circled back into my life somehow. Okay. Yeah, music has been brought back into my life somehow. I don't know. I started kind of the venture of concert photography like in like 2018 because I was still in college. I was here and there trying to figure out like, how do I get into this? I see this occasionally on like Instagram. I didn't know like how I was gonna do it. Oh, I didn't put makeup on today. I wanted it to be that chill, that kind of chill. You see me raw like an egg. Actually, I could use like an egg salad right now. Anyway, another thing you'll know about me, I'm constantly hungry. Maybe this is why I'm 200 pounds right now. Oh yeah, you'll also know I have ADHD. Sponsored. Regardless, I started kind of getting into concert photography around like 2017-ish. I like first reached out to this band called Black Rabbit. I don't know. I don't know if they still exist. If they still do, hi. I should catch up with them. I haven't heard about them, heard from them in years. But yeah. So I just asked simply hey, I'm trying to figure out stuff in my portfolio and not need some help, but thought I could photograph one of their shows, and it wound up being really cool, becoming friends with everyone and stuff like that. And then I met up with them again and either later that year, early 2019, which was nice. And then the next big step was doing an internship and then doing the Tyler the Creator concert, which was crazy, and having my first ever article. That was a proud staple moment. This is my senior year of college. Yeah, and then the pandemic hit. I wasn't going anywhere. Even though I wanted to do concert photography, no one was letting me in. It was a weird time. But since moving to Chicago, which I'm starting to sound like a Chicagoan. I mean, I've been from all over. I'm originally from around DC, around DC, but I'm from Northern Virginia. I do miss it. It's boring, but I do miss it. Anyone from the DMV, you're the real ones. But being in Chicago, I don't know. I just went head on into wanting to, I think originally just wanting to do journalism because I really got into writing during the pandemic and I just needed some outlets to at least write for. But then it wound up being oh, I actually want to do music journalism. And then that began the process of interviewing people, researching, photographing people, traveling around the city. And I live kind of on the outskirts of the city, so it's a little bit harder. I don't have a car, so, and not knowing the city at all. And I think because of this allowed me to know different parts of Chicago, the good and bad. And I just feel immensely grateful for it, to be honest. And I met so many amazing people. And I wanted to take today because I'm in such a lounge-esque, and I'm doing this when I'm super tired. I probably still have bags under my eyes. I literally put eye bags. What? I'm just adding extra on, I guess. No, I actually put on those under eye masks to try to get the eye bags away, because yesterday I slept at least a good 12 hours. I don't know why I was so tired. I run out of energy quickly as well, which doesn't help my case. But I went to in this kind of loungy vibe, just kind of talk about how I feel after a long day at a concert. Even if it's not long, even if it's a few hours, even if I just go for the first 3 songs and then leave, I still feel something. The other day I literally went to this concert at the Salt Shed, and no, it wasn't Faye Webster. I'm still sad about that because everyone else got to go and I was just left out in the cold, even though it was kind of warm that day. But anyway, I was left out in the cold, and I really wanted to go because I love Faye Webster, and I was so sad that I wasn't approved. And I saw everyone else's images, and yeah, I'll get into the whole comparison stuff in another video. Yeah, but I went to the Salt Show the next day. This band I had kind of signed up for. I didn't know too much about them, but I was like, okay, I'll try it, because I feel in this process of doing concert photography has taught me to try anything. Things you don't normally go to. Now, I don't say anything I don't like, because I genuinely feel I have to at least connect with my subject in some way for me to be inspired. to take photos. That's just how my brain works. It was okay. It was okay. I feel like I was just there. I was happy that I was the only photographer for the whole pit, which was interesting. This is the second time this has happened, and it feels kind of like, whoa, it's all up to me. Okay, which, by the way, I need to actually finish those photos. Oops. Hi Salshed, I love you. Thank you for keeping me in the loop. Add me to more shows, please. I swear, I deliver by the next day. But after that concert, I just felt so like, okay, well, that was a whole trip to go out there, and I feel exhausted by the trip, and bleh. And usually the trip to and from the place is what kills me each time, because if I lived in the city, I think it'd be a little bit easier, but living in the outskirts is like, oh, well, I gotta take the 2 different trains. Now I gotta take, like, maybe the bus or an Uber. And, like, I just want to, like, sit and not have to be, like, very alert on my surroundings all at the same time. I just want to chill. But no, because, like, the Blue Line is low-key becoming very ghetto, so... that's cool. But it's still a fun process. And then the next day I was invited to another concert, and this one was like the first time ever for me to go to the Chicago Theater, which is like that big marquee, you'll know it, you'll see it, you'll know it. Anyway, and that was really cool, and lovely. I met lovely people there. Even though I feel so bad because I've been in hibernation mode for like months since losing my skincare job that I was at to kind of pay the bills. So being unemployed, I've just been like at home and like doing my own projects and applying to jobs. If you see me like mess with this, it's just bothering me sometimes. But pretty much after I came back from that day, I was so exhausted. Well, actually, technically, I went to meet up with my friends, but even just the trip over to meet up with my friends, I was already like, I'm done. I had to run away from like a lot of sketchy people around that area. It happens. It's like under the bridge. It's sketchy. And I was a lone girl by herself with wearing shorts. And that's never fun. That's never fun. The one day it was 70 degrees, and now it's snowing outside today, which is bizarre. No, I came home, I was so exhausted, and the next day I just slept for like hours, and like my body hurt, and I found this like collective feeling that every time I come back from concerts, I have to stretch my body. I don't know, I have really bad back problems, so like every time I like remotely hold my camera and things like that, I feel my back slowly breaking, and I'm like, it's okay. And then for every single show, I have a method to my madness, but every single show I dress the part of what they're playing or what kind of energy or like vibe the musician is. And a lot of them like is me just in either combat boots or like kind of like a little heel boots and stuff. So I'm intentionally killing my feet, my flat feet nonetheless. But I do it for the fashion, but also it helps my confidence. So am I gonna change this? Maybe when I get arthritis in my feet. But for now, I'm surviving. I usually just feel so exhausted after doing everything that like I don't want to like sit and edit like as soon as I get home, because I don't have a laptop on me or like an iPad, because both of those items for me are broken and I can't afford to get new ones. So luxury items for real. So I just wait until I get home and edit everything on my PC. I literally do that, but then sometimes I have days where the marketing teams need it like the next day. And that's usually that's like just the Salt Shed that asks me for that a lot of the time, which I don't mind. But then it's that like feeling like, oh God, well now I gotta go grab some coffee and stay up all night. But I don't know any other like concert photographers like feelings towards editing like right after the show, or if they do it like after the show. I've seen people do it at the show, and it like blows my mind because I feel like I like need myself personally to feel more the artistry that comes with editing as well, to make it my own and to make it like, I don't know, I feel like I need like more things, at least at the moment, to make it more exciting for me, because I just feel like my camera lens is like broken and it's been broken forever. Again, can't afford to fix this or rent a new one, so I just make do with it. But it kind of gives me like a film camera vibe, so I've just been working with the punches. It's nice kind of like taking my time a little bit because I just want to like make it look good, and I think I also wanted to make it look like something I'm kind of proud of, even if it's just like slapping on one of the filters that I've made in my presets and it's like, yeah, that, go. But even just adding like simple things that might tweak it up a little bit like makes all the difference for some reason. I don't know. So usually like on those days when I have to like stay up all night, and I barely have done all-nighters since, well, I've done a couple like during the pandemic, like working on stuff, but college, it was a lot easier. I feel like as I get older, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm sluggy. I don't know like what it is exactly. It takes it out of me now. I have to have like some sort of caffeine. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just like something to like keep the juices flowing. And then I just feel so groggy in the morning. I remember like one time I had to, oh, it was the craziest time because I had 2 concerts in a row. I was supposed to do the third one on New Year's Eve, but I wound up kind of just not feeling well, but also like we were having a New Year's party, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, well, last minute I might have to cancel because this is a lot. And I also had my last day at my job that same day, and I was working all those 3 days together. And like one day I had like Lyra Anaise, which last minute I got into. I was so ecstatic because I listened to them throughout my youth, and I couldn't believe they were in front of me. And now I have like, not me showing off, and now I have like their signed vinyl, which is insane to me because I'm like, what? They like, the ink is still fresh. And my record player is broken. I had to throw it away, and now I can't listen to it, so we have to wait until I get a new one. But that happened, and that was a long night because I think there was at least like 5 different acts that day, because it was some sort of like little fest thing, even though Lyra Anaise was like the main people. What else happened? And then the next day I had signed up for At the Salt Shed, like Lake Street Dive, because I heard their one song, Hypotheticals, like years ago when I worked at this one awesome bookstore, Postman Books. Hello, I miss Postman so much with my heart. I was like, hey, I really like that song. I don't mind. I'll do it. Not knowing that their whole set was going to be so 70s-esque in my whole aesthetic as a old soul and very retro. And I was so happy, and I was the only one that got to photograph it, or at least the day that I did it. That made me so happy. And Theo Katzman was like the, whatchamacallit? He was the intro person. I can't think right now. And it was weird because his main song got me through my breakup back in 2018, and this feels like a full circle moment that like he's playing this, and in the moment, like, you know, life's a lot better, like I'm in a really healthy, happy relationship, like, I don't know, things are relatively doing well, and versus like back in like 2017-18, I was like devastated. Hello. back in 2017, 18, I was like very devastated. I was like, no, who's gonna love me now? I was in this relationship for 2 years and like nothing happened. Yeah, but I genuinely just felt good. Like that day felt really amazing, and I stayed for the whole show, or at least most of it. Most of the shows I do like stay for at least a good majority of it. Especially like people that I really, really love, like, oh my gosh, Clairo took me away. Those 3 days, I was so exhausted because I had to like edit back, like take the photos, edit back to back, have work the next morning, and then go to the concert, edit back to back because it was all due like so fast, and go to work the next morning. And I was like, I can't right now. I can't feel my body. It hurts. And then also I'm exhausted, and like I should be like happy, but I'm also like, I wasn't like sad or anything. I was just disoriented. And usually my feeling is like after I go to concerts, like not working them, but just like enjoying them. When I like bought the tickets and stuff like that, like with the Arctic Monkeys, like, oh my gosh, the next morning, it was just that like feeling of like, wait, did I really see them? Did that happen? No way. And like that like giddiness like happened to me like with Billy Joel and like Paul McCartney, and I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, wow. But it feels like that nice like dopamine that you're like on that concert high, like you're tired from getting back super late, but you're like, wow, that's amazing. That hit. And then it's weird. I feel like it's so weird for me now because like I was so used to that for a long time, and I think I haven't gotten to that point where I'm like on a concert high now. I don't know if I've just been so like desensitized. Is that what's the word for that? Desensitized? I can't English, but it kind of like nulled it a little bit where I'm like, oh wow, that happened. That's cool. And then I just move on. Like, I'm still excited, like, when I'm there, especially when I, like, know the songs, and they're, like, one of my favorite songs. I'm like, oh, it's happening, but in front of my eyes. What? They're gonna stare at me? Like, it feels weird to know that, like, some of my favorite artists have, like, seen me or seen a glimpse of me. I'm like, I was in your presence? I can't fathom. What? No way. So like that part I think gets me excited. The one time I was like super happy with was like my first ever festival that I had done, which was, it was super last minute. I was so happy that I got to do it. I won't say which one at the moment because I'm still trying to figure out my boundaries with being online. I'll just, like say certain venues and stuff like that, because that's just a general Chicago thing. But I do go around the Chicago area, so yeah. But I did my first festival, so amazing. It was so hot that day, but I made it work. It was so great. I couldn't believe like what I was witnessing. Like it was so much fun, so much like retro horns energy. I really loved it. So afterwards, I mean, it didn't help that like literally right after that day I had technically it was a decent date afterwards, even though I was exhausted. Like I was starting to get like a migraine because I was just working all day on a festival. And like the last thing I want to do is go out and about on a date. But this hoe was like, he was a different breed. And I feel like this is gonna be like a podcast episode of like reacting to songs that, that remind me, or it doesn't remind me of like exes per se, but like that go back to different points in my life. Or like what song was prominent while this person was around. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really connect a lot of the songs like to the people anymore, and some of it like lost its feeling, I guess. I don't know, that's a different topic. But I do remember like that day, like the next day I was so tired because I was at a different job. Like I was a newborn photographer at this hospital, and that job was so exhausting. You don't get paid really for it. You're only paid on commission, so your time there is like, why am I here? And then a lot of people don't buy, so that's a stupid thing. So you did all that work, and I made my back worse because of that job. I learned a lot of skills, I don't deny that. It was just not it for me. And I was there for almost a year, I think. Yeah, about a year. And I was like, no. At that time, I was also just mentally exhausted. I just miss that feeling of being able to go to concerts and then just feel that like, wow, I did that. Because that happened also to me, like when my friend Marie and I went to go see the K-pop group, I'm blanking, twice. No, yeah? Twice, yes. There wasn't just two of them. But no, they were really good. But the craziest thing was that I was driving my U-Haul from across country trying to make it to the concert all the time because I was trying to move here, and I literally dropped off my stuff, my 2 cats in tow, and I was like, okay guys, I was telling my roommates like, okay guys, I gotta go into the city, bye. Because the concert's happening. And then we stayed at a hotel that night. And it was so crazy because like we couldn't find food that was open then because we were so tired, and we were about to, and we would have ate before, but we would have been late, I guess. Oh, I do remember I got drunk so much so that I fell asleep and then peed the bed in the hotel. So I don't know why I'm admitting that to the internet, but like, so post high excitement, sure. So that was something. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is a different feeling from when I like actually like buy tickets to shows versus like working the shows. Even though like it doesn't really feel like work, it just feels like connecting with other photographers from time to time, and then like just photographing the people that I love, even if my camera gives out on me and annoys me to no end, but I, still love doing what I do. But yeah, I wonder if a lot of photographers feel a certain way like after the concerts. Like do you feel kind of like numb to it? Do you feel like exhausted after? Do you feel like excited? Like, let me know how you feel about, like after, how you feel after I can't talk. How you feel after shows, or let me know what was your favorite concert, either of, I guess, last year, and how did you feel like right after? Just anyone in general. Like, it doesn't have to be just concert photographers, just like anyone in general. I just want to know like how you felt. I'll tell you like one story I had with the Arctic Monkeys here, which is their tour. It's technically not their tour merch because I didn't like their tour merch, but I got off like Etsy, so it still has their tour dates. I work in ways, and not me like supporting small businesses over the big bands, but I'm just saying, support small businesses. Yeah, I'll say that story after going to the show. Loved the show. Was so happy that I was going. You could see my vlog on it, our guest getting ready, whatever you want to call it. It's like my cinematic masterpiece of going to see my husband Alex Turner in person, like so close to his pores. I couldn't believe it. Don't tell my boyfriend no, he knows. He knows all my husbands. My husbands include Alex Turner, Conan O'Brien. I feel like those are the main two. Yeah, afterwards, because I had put on like this whatchamacallit, tape, like that boob tape, because I never actually tried boob tape before, but I was like committed that I was gonna wear this nice 70s outfit that like would just hit. Basically, I put boob tape on. I didn't know how to, first of all, I didn't really know how, because my boobs are too big and I wanted breast reduction now because it's hurting me. And then I went up and over because it was the only way it would hold it up, because otherwise it just did nothing. It was just tape on my boob and not doing anything. Sorry, my boobs for another time, but my whole outfit, it was beautiful, but hurt me. So I came home in so much pain because off to the side there was like this tie, and for whatever reason, I don't know why it was so long, so I just like wrapped it around my torso, but I think it was digging into my torso like too much. I take everything off, I'm like, oh, there's like this giant scab like on my torso. I tried to take off the tape and I can't get this one part off of around my neck, and then like I slowly am trying to take it off, but I realized it like took my skin with it. And I'm never using boob tape again. It's just it's not for big boob people. Say all you want, it's not for big boob people. Yeah. So I was so sad. I was like, I'm not crying, but I was just like distraught because I was like, it took my skin. I don't know what to do. And I was like trying to make it heal, trying to like figure it out. It was just a mess. So now I have scars that are literal. Oh, hi, Penny. That's my cat, Penny. Penny Lane, after a Beatles song. But yeah, now I have scars that are, I guess, pretty much like concerts tattoos. So Penny has some wise words. She said, meow, 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 meow. She likes her Animal Crossing music DJ to her, and she'll go to that concert. And she leaped away. Yeah, so that's my story about that. That was literally insane. So I just felt happiness and pain at the same time. I'm hoping for like any upcoming concerts. Like the one that would like really make my year is going to see Tyler the Creator, because when I went to go photograph his show back in his Igor era, I only got to like do the first 3 songs and I couldn't stay for the whole thing, which saddened me because I love that album. And now I feel like Chromacopia like tops that. Like it's so weird for me to go back to Igor because I'm like, well, now I know what this greatness is. You spin me round, round. I don't punk myself in the eye with this. I'm hoping that this tour, since they're not accepting press at all, I'll be able to go, which might be like a little bit conflicting because my boo thing and I are supposed to be moving into a new apartment around that time. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we'll see. I don't know. So I want to see like how my concert experience will be like after that. I was like, whoa, that was insane. I just miss that genuine like, I guess like ultra excitement, like that high, because I just feel like, whoa, yeah, that was a good show. Now let's go. I want to go home, because then I realized my commute, and then I'm like, crap. That's another like hour and a half. A couple examples were like times when I went to go photograph and I was like beyond sick, but I just felt guilty to say no last minute, which sucked because I should have just said no, because that's just extra work for me. I don't realize how much extra work I put on until I'm like, oh wait, I still gotta edit. Oh wait, I still gotta write. So it's just like all these kind of like added extra things, but I guess that helps bring my stamina up. Am I like in a game? My stamina. Another experience, even though I technically didn't go to Lollapalooza last year, Chapel, I don't know how else to say that, she basically exploded the whole place. I happened to be like out and about not realizing that it was Lollapalooza day. I just wanted to get out of the house to be like, my mental health needs it. Oh. And I nearly passed out because it was like the hottest day of the year. And then B, there were so many people. I was like, why am I not getting a CTA car to get in? And then I realized, oh, I don't know. It was like so chaotic getting home. Luckily I stayed in like my friend's apartment for like hours. I thought people had gone home already, but I think they were still letting out because I saw online later that like people were trapped trying to get out. No, it was insane that day. Like that, even just existing around so many Lollapaloozers and like people squishing me in a CTA car, and then like literally one lady almost like slapped me in the face because she was like handing her friend over something, and I'm like, dude, you see my face right here, stop it, like have some common sense. Like I don't know if you're high already, but like have some common sense. I don't know how that would be going after bigger festivals like that, like if I just went to go. I mean, I think if, say, like, for whatever reason, please, dear God, let this happen, I am able to photograph Lollapalooza, it will hit me like, oh my gosh, I did, like, the biggest concert of, like, ever to exist. Like, I genuinely would feel, like, beyond words. Like, wait, what did I just do? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to, like, process any of that. But, here's to hoping that my concert experiences go up the ladder from here. I'm positive that it will. But yeah, again, let me know what experiences were your favorite. Anyway, this has concluded our first episode. She's growing up. Maybe she'll finally commit. She'll commit to doing content creation. Please, me to me. Please, just let it stick. Don't let it slide. She wants to share her love of music with the world. We've had 2 incidences that have happened since I finished my video about after concert feelings, and I felt like this is the perfect time to share that. Well, it's sunny. The first one, so I got to photograph Iggy Pop, which was Coolio Dulio. It was a lot of either adults, like older adults in their 50s or so, and young people at the same time. Very punk rock. After the concert, though, I don't know how I felt. I felt like, I don't know, I photographed some people in the crowd who gave me some odd feelings. Or even my bartender. I wanted a drink from the bar, and I don't know, you know, like when like crusty old men just hit on you, and I'm like, no, sir, please. Like, I really should like wear some sort of like ring band or something, just to, you know, be like, not even pretend I'm taking, but just like leave me alone. And the one day that I wish like my boyfriend was actually with me was that day, so then people could stop kissing my hand randomly. That was a new experience. I was like, whoa, I came here to shake your hand, sir, to be like, okay, nice meeting you. After wanting to take your photo, you wanted to have your photo taken in the crowd because you're like, I want to cherish this moment. No. Yeah, so that was weird. That night made me feel very icky. Like, I was like, and that's the props of being a young woman in music photography. That's cool. That is cool.